are live.
Okay, let's. Yeah, we are live. Okay. Wait, no. Wait, we are. Wait, we are. Wait, my phone is. Is on vibrate. That's not good. Vibrate. That's not good. I have to mute the YouTube first. I think the voice is good. Wait, let me check. Let me check how we are looking at the voice. Really.
Test.
Oh,
Is the
75. Yeah, 75. That should be good. Yep. So everything should be. Let me check OBS. Yeah, it should be good.
Okay.
Everything should be tippy top. So Rahul says hi. Hello, Kumar. Hello to you as well. And
Hello,
classic David, huh? Classic David. He's always here.
Classic
Just
David
on
is the
time.
new Satoshi.
Yeah, new Satoshi, yes, just on time. But look at that. He even said Alex Arnaud, good Satoshi. See, classic David has respect to Satoshi. That's what we like to see. Welcome, yes. Welcome to you as well, classic. David, sorry. Bitcoin dominant closing below 60.5. Fingers crossed for a rapid decline below 60. We will have a blessed spring. Well, I guess we will have to look at that. But so far, our primary focus still is on ETH and Bitcoin, right? ETH and Bitcoin right now. That's still where our primary focus should stay, because now we're gonna have a. Well, I'm gonna say it like this, right? There's two, again, with Ethereum, there are not two possible options again, right? Because if you look at it from a small time frame perspective, right, you really don't want to go underneath the swings, right? It's not really a good thing. But if you look at it from the 4 hourly, you can easily still swoop up this low and look normal to begin with, right? Because this is where we kind of want to fill some of our next trades on Ethereum, right? Some of the hedges. So if we took the hedge over the top here, right, this is now where you want to be filling some of the positions in, because essentially you don't know if this is actually the top if this is actually the top that Ethereum is going to go. And since it did kind of show you a slight reversal pattern, you have to be kind of taking that spot and buying some of that in. You can't be too biased. You can't only be short or only be long, right? That's already bad. You know that we've discussed that plenty of times, right? Right or not, you can't only be short or long, right? It's both. It's best to manage or balance both of those, right?
Yeah, sure.
Let's just see Bitcoin for first, right? So yeah, Bitcoin still waiting for this to be hit. Bitcoin didn't exactly stretch itself as far as Ethereum did when it came to pullback. But with Bitcoin, we still are waiting for this area to be kind of hit. We're most likely going to follow up with a second trade on this one after this one, if it starts breaking above this. So yeah, but so far, I mean, yes, it's definitely, if you look at it from a smaller time frame, again, you don't want to be losing these swings. It is looking bad, but on a high time frame, you're still looking okay, right? And especially on a high time frame. Yeah, right. Let me just, yeah. So you definitely close the weekly underneath this, which is not too good, right? Underneath this previous candle, but you can still see it's still pretty much okay. But what can this possibly mean with this weekly close? Well, you can obviously go all the way down, as we already discussed, 38 grand or 32 grand or almost 40k, right? So that is very possible to still be hit on Bitcoin. So yes, we can still be, the downside could potentially still not be over, and we got more to drop. And same is happening on Ethereum. But if you look at Ethereum actually hit the spot on higher time frames, which it should. But that's why I was kind of aiming all the way down to like 1,000 when I was doing that chart, right? I was aiming Ethereum is going to be hitting 1,000, and this is exactly where it's probably gonna hit if Bitcoin plans out, taking out 40k as well, So yeah, Ethereum is, so far they're looking on a similarly, right? Like we already stated. But yes, on lower time frames, you would say that you don't want to lose this, but in the high time frame, it's still okay to fill the trade down here, and this is still where I would play. And again, you gotta split it two ways, because this is the safe approach, and this is a this is a dangerous, a little bit more dangerous approach. It's not dangerous approach; it's still pretty good trade, and this is a safer approach. But I fear one thing, even though this would be a safer approach in retrospect, I'm fearing one thing, that if it comes all the way back here right now, it's probably most likely going to be dead, right? but that would be still just an assumption to make. So yes, in this case, because I want nice clean continuation, the best, or should say the only thing that I want to see is this, bam, gets hit, we continue, GG, you know. And this is how I want to play all the alts as well, right? So yes, guys, I said this week is probably gonna be more of a week where we long some alts, and there are some alts. I mean, we made some video for some alts, and there are some more of them, right? I mean, the last time we discussed Reef, yes, Reef is now playing out fantastically, right? And if you haven't played it yet, again, Reef has pretty much same standards, right? You're long in it right now if you look at it from a small time perspective, right? You're basically almost market smashing it at this point, right? If you want to get in. So Reef was one of those that definitely got a beautiful chart. It's not the most beautiful chart, I'm gonna say. It's not the most beautiful chart, but if you flip it around, right? If you really are flipping it around, you can see that once you create in those sort of stairs back, right? And now you start breaking one side of the stairs, right? You most likely could end up all the way back up top, right? You could retest all of this. So you see it still could be a massive gain on this one. And you can see 40 to 50%. Something is pretty beautiful. And Russell, look at that. Russell brought Reef at 0.28. Wow, Russell, you bought it at almost bottom. You see, you played it safe, Russell. I like that shit, right? I like that shit a lot. Because essentially you didn't go in for a knife catch, right? If I understand this correctly, you went in after this happened and you bought it right here. That is awesome, Russell. That is pretty good trade, I'm not gonna lie, because this what we're doing here is just a bigger version of this. This is just a bigger version, I mean a smaller version of this, bigger, right? Because now it's just replaying. First you created this, and now you're just making a bigger version of this, right? And essentially if you're filling it here, right, it's like a market smash right now. You might actually miss it. You can see it's pretty good, right? And potentially, like I said, because everything is retested and you start breaking one left side, you could potentially retest all the way to the top where you first started this move downwards. So you see, you ended up with a cool 40 to 50% swing that can happen. But for you, Russell, because you filled it so greatly, well, shit, Russell, you could be looking at 60 to 70%. So yeah, congrats, man. You jumped into that one real good. Reef is definitely one of this. Then you already know Link. You know, Link, also one of those, but Link unfortunately already escaped. If you look at it from these drawings that I made. So what I need, so the Link was here again. I was trying to capture it here, similarly to Ethereum, but this one actually broke out, didn't retest enough, and it just escaped, right? And the problem is, you could chase it the same as you did Riff, but with Link, you can see that we never tested this level right here, and we are currently right here at this spot, right? So even if I do fill this trade in, if you look at it, it's not enough room left, right? If I was trying to fill some very, very bullishly, there's only like 5 to 6% room left, and I'm not gonna go chase a trade with that small amount of R, right? But yes, I know a lot of people are looking for it to be hit up here, obviously, but again, still, it's not that much room left compared to others. Look at Reef was 50%, this one is only 13%, so, you know, not as good, right? So I have to filter out just a little bit some of these odds, you know, and kind of pick the best ones. Speaking of which, one of the two best alts I was currently observing, and this one is absolutely amazing. Chart wise, absolutely amazing. We played this one once in the past, right? And I was just scrolling through Binance and I had this saved. And when I saw this chart, I was like, absolutely amazing. Same thing as Reef, and look at how much space you still have. So essentially right now it popped off again, as everything right now, but since there's having a pullback, you're most likely going to be able to fill it in here in this sort of a swing point. And if you fill it in another swing point, we're going to be looking at, again, first profit take 30%, or if you take it all the way to the top, 40%, 45%. So 30 to 45%, and you can really see it's a really good alt to begin with. Again, one of the strongest alts that you can be possibly buying right now. You can really handpick them, and if you look at it from the high time frame perspective, really looking at it from a high time frame perspective, you can see where it really tested. It tested deep right from the origin of the palm, so that's also a good indicator that it's holding here. It's most likely going to continue on the upside. Bitcoin Cash, another one. Wait, Bitcoin Cash, USDT, probably on Bittrex. Yes, I just released this video, was just released today, so I probably don't need to cover this one. You can just check the video, but it is around the buy spot right now. It is around the buy spot is around 500, a little bit something like this, 510 is also, and you also got similar profit takes right at the top. You can see first one 20% and the second one about 40%. So yeah, still very good profit takes. So yeah, some of these alts you can definitely buy in. I had one more on the list actually, YFI, and you can see pretty similar, but this one you want to be filling it a little bit more deep, which you might actually get. I might actually miss it, right? But you remember Wi-Fi, and look at this, right? I know we had a couple of amazing trades on it. I did miss the biggest trade on it, unfortunately. I don't know why. I know I've spoken on the stream about it. I missed a biggest trade on it, but I did have a lot of these little trades, and we even had a really good short that played off right from the top, if I remember this correctly. And right now, why not continue the streak? Continue the streak, same thing, right? We can feel it, but you can see it from the daily, why I have a reasoning that we most likely won't be filled. But you can see that from these candles, I would probably have to be having a fill spot a lot higher. But the problem is, because I'm already trading all the other coins, I don't need to be filled on this one, right? I have plenty of other fishes in the sea right now, so I'm not gonna be exposing myself to risk too much. And yes, I still do have a running short on Ethereum. So yes, I mean, it's going to be, it's just kind of acts as a hedge against all of these plays that I'm about to make. Obviously, you got a lot more of these opportunities made on Uniswap. That's always a good thing, right? I mean, on Uniswap, you can always find these opportunities as well. So yeah, it is good. Now, let's go back to some of those. Now we can go back to some of those things that really matter, right? I mean, so Ethereum, like we already said, you got a pretty good long spot. It's like, if you look at it from what we've seen from all of these altcoins right now, you can see that I'm gonna say a lot of them look very similarly, right? And they're most likely, most of them hit one of these main areas and really, had a nice bounce of it. So now it's gonna be one of those cases, if one thing fails, probably, most likely, most of them will fail. And this is what we already discussed back in the past, guys. If you can remember, we already kind of named that. The stance of the market changed, right? The stance for the market changed for sure. We can observe this in multiple occasions, right? So we can first say, you can see that the tests that we currently did, every test was much deeper than previously when you had a strong bull market, right? Instead of reacting from the tops, you reacted from deep down below, right? You weren't reacting so much for tops, you've always tested deep, right? That's number one. Then if I look at the projects, right? I'm talking about projects that were listed on Uniswap, or if you were observing them on Chartex, right? I have a couple of them here, like Mint, right? Look at, for example, I got Open Mint right here. Look at how slow this is. Let me remind you, Mint, Public Mint, what this was called. This is one of the most hyped projects, and look at how slow this actually is, right? I mean, compared to the past, like we can compare it to like BMI maybe, right? Which was a lot more. Look at this, how much action this had, right? This was during the strongest bull hours, right? And now you can see how slow it's just slowing down. And same goes for this newly listed, projects like DeFi Wizard, or what this one is called. I think it got listed like 2 days ago. You can really see how much slower these projects are becoming, right? Barely any movements from top to the bottom. So, back in the past, you had 100% a day. Now you got still 50%, not gonna lie, still a lot. But you can see the price action is a lot slower, and that volume is dying down a lot faster as well once you start with it, right? So yeah, so we are not at the strongest bull market anymore as we were before, that's for sure, right? But that doesn't mean we can't be playing the swings if they come, right? Because for all we know, yes, our sell target for Ethereum is still up here, right? Oops. But for all we know, this market could easily break from this top, right? Break from this top and continue on the bull. We don't know this at all. This right now, what we're observing on Ethereum right now, is actually the most important structure that we're going to be seeing. Because if this structure fails us at 1.8k, then you will most likely really have a bear market, or should say a continuation, or should say the market is going to flip over and it's going to continue or start a bear market indeed, right? And then you could be potentially testing some very, very deep areas, like we are talking about a grand here, or even lower 650, 700 levels. So yeah, potential for this one to test lower levels would be would rise exponentially in that case, or that would probably be the best way to put it. So yeah, so far we're still pretty much safe, we are okay, and we are just taking these midterm opportunities, right? But we need to be careful and we need to mind this as well, and we need to properly hedge our positions with shorts once opportunities presents itself, right? So yeah, let's check Bitcoin dominance. Let's see what Bitcoin dominance is telling. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance, I'm not gonna lie, Class David, you are onto something right here. So I mean, essentially it's too early to say something, right, David? But you are currently dropping this. I mean, you're currently still holding it, but it looks weak. You know, if one thing I learned in crypto, even if something looks weak, I'm not gonna prejudge it before it actually loses it, right? So yes, I'm gonna still wait, David, that we get a good close underneath this before I'm gonna judge that it's gonna go under. I wouldn't do this in advance, because a lot of times I try doing this and a lot of times it ended actually bad. And actually kind of learned that after that, big drop that we had in March, usually when Bitcoin was looking big, it dropped. That was the logic before the drop in March, right? That was the logic before the drop in March. So before this drop, usually if the Bitcoin looks weak, it dropped, right? But, logic kind of after this drop kind of changed. I'm not going to lie, it did kind of change. And it's after that, every time Bitcoin looked weak, it actually popped off. When it looked the weakest, it actually popped off, right? So I'm gonna be giving them a benefit of the doubt, and this time I'm gonna wait for confirmation that the actual area is broken. Then I'm gonna say, yeah, Bitcoin dominance is going down. And so far right now, if you go back to the chart, Bitcoin dominance chart is not clear at all. I see with your point what you're trying to say to me, right? But it's not clear, and trust me, you're better off waiting for area to get broken and then you play it, right? Or you attack it in a certain manner. One of the ones that we also should probably talk about is Ethereum Bitcoin. So yeah, definitely the chart dropped underneath our highs area, and this is where the issue lies, right? So we can you can kind of see what kind of happened again, right? This is something that we talked about 10 minutes ago, right? When we made this chart, we were in bull mode, right? When we made this chart, we were in bull mode, right? And what we did here, look, if you look at it from the left side, look, we used the previous high to take our trade from it, right? And what did we exactly do right now, right? Most of the people will say, okay, this trade is now invalidated, but it's not really. Because if you look at to the left side, right now, the market stance changed, right? Everything changed right now, right? We're in a different market. And if you look at it, look, we reacted this time from the bottom, right? So we were wrong at the time. I mean, at the time we were not wrong when we were drawing this trade up, right? But now we are for certainly wrong if we took it, right? Because at the moment you can see as the market stance changed, we failed to read it, and now we actually retested the bottom. But we never dropped the structure that we currently played with, right? But there was no, and you can see that our stop loss, right? There was no reason to put our stop loss underneath this, right? Because yes, essentially we wouldn't get stopped, but we also wouldn't be able to make good money off of it because our stop loss would then be 12%. Then I'd rather not take the trade to begin with. Now, most of the people now say the trade is validated, right? That it's not going to work out, blah, blah. But no, it's actually wrong, right? Because if you hold it, if you retest all the way to the bottom, you hold it and you start gaining towards the left side, like we are currently almost in the process, we haven't really gained it yet. We can play it exactly the same as every other alt that we just analyzed, and it's gonna work out essentially, right? And this one maybe even more, because what you did here on the second push, you made a lower low out of this. It was just a tiny one, but you made it lower low, and then you closed right back in above this, which is actually pretty bullish and pretty good, pretty good sign of reversal. And also I'm gonna say you hold at the previous lows, and again, this is not as bullish, guys, don't get me wrong. This is way less bullish than reacting from tops. The most bullish spot was this, right? What we aimed at. But the thing is, if you went all the way down here, now continuation of this chart is much harder. You need to remind that of yourself, right? Continuation of this chart right now is much harder, right? So now you most likely are going to be hit with troubles here already. While if we bounce from here, you will most likely have a clean break all the way to up here, right? So now we are expecting a little bit less of profit takes, right? And this is something I've explained again in Bitcoin Cash video. I think it was Bitcoin Cash where I said it depends on which trade is. I'm going to take different profit takes, right? So if this was a trade as we first planned it, we planned it all the way up here, right? But now, since it went so deep, our first profit take has to be taken here. And here we're most likely exiting position, because I do not expect, and again, I do not expect for Ethereum to break this on the first try. Even though if it resumes with the bull market, I do not expect it to break it on the first try, because it just went too deep. This whole structure is too deep, and right now on the way up, you know, you will have the selling volume, or should I say the power of the candles as they go, will diminish slowly, right? So you will have more chances of rejecting this area and going down to refill some more liquidity before essentially moving up, right? So also I have to be thinking about stuff like this. And yes, it gets a little bit complicated. Obviously, trading at some point may look easy, and people may think it's easy, but you have to adapt yourself constantly. I'm saying sometimes in crypto you have to adapt yourself week in, week out. Everything is different, right? So we took the certain way trades here all the way to up here, worked out, and now all the way down here it didn't work out. Now if you weren't, and the thing here you could say, well, I mean, my trades are not 100%, right? So this didn't work out for a reason, right? So I'm just gonna trade on take the next one and gonna use the same logic. Well, guess what's gonna happen? Well, most likely it's gonna happen exactly the same thing. You're gonna lose the trade. And you know, you're gonna tell yourself again, well, it's unlucky. Now I have 2 losses in a row. I mean, I'm just unlucky, right? Which is actually wrong, because the markets then switch in between and you fail to read it, and now you didn't adapt, and now you're most likely going to be losing a lot of trades. And this is nothing wrong with this, guys. I went through those phases as well, right? I mean, when I was hit with bear market, I had to readjust myself in order to still make profits, right? I mean, during 2017 areas, I was buying the most bullish spots all the time. And then after the bear market started, I definitely had to switch over to a lot more defensive spots, you know, and potentially having a lot less trades. Not a lot less trades. The trade numbers still decent, but it was definitely less during bear than during bull, which is logical, right? But at the end of the day, you have to put yourself a little bit more defensive lines, and then just survive during that time. Because you know, once bull comes, you're gonna make good money again, right? But during bear market, you need to be prepared to cut down your losses, or should I say costs at that point, and just, you know, live a little bit less lifestyle for that matter. Not that if you're pursuing the trader lifestyle, that living a high lifestyle to what you see on Twitter is smart to begin with, because you need to understand that you do not have protection of no jobs, you don't have pensions and all that, so you definitely should be living a minimalistic lifestyle and save as much money as you can so you can retire quote unquote early, right? But yeah, this is how markets then shine. So yes, here it was definitely a mistake, and you can acknowledge my mistake by doing a proper analysis to it, and you can see this change. But the important part is this trade is nowhere near being done for, right? You have multiple entries on it, and if you want to play from a high time perspective, again, since this was drawn by hyper time perspective, you need to wait for this to be gained. Bam, you're gonna have another trade here, right? And you're gonna have a continuation probably to the first one, or most likely to the second one, hopefully. Right? So yeah, it still is the same. It still is the same strategy. It's just you gotta be playing a little bit different, right? So you gotta be adjusting yourself compared to how market is reacting during those times. Russell, you said, do you believe in the 4-year market cycle? Well, I don't think the market cycle is even a 4-year in crypto. I mean, in real life, if you look at stocks, what is, like, if you look at SP 500, right? No, actually gold. I want to see gold. No, not SP 500. Yeah, so oh, look at that. Gold is, wait, I haven't been asked about the gold for a while. Okay, so gold seems to be, that was a perfect play. Look at that, Arnaud. I'm not actually a trader of gold, but you know, I held a little bit of a position when it went to bull market, and then I said, okay, look at that, it's gonna retest lower, I'm gonna sell it. Haven't traded it since, but look at that, it seems like it's just been hit. So yeah, if you look at gold, right, I mean, the market cycles is much larger, right? I mean, what are we looking here for? What was this cycle? How long it lasted? If you start from here, although when you first gained something, it was like 2,500 days, right? 2,500 days. So yeah, it's definitely much longer, right, than it is. In crypto, the cycles are shorter. But can you call it 4-year cycle? I mean, in 2017, you had a strong bull, which was definitely out of proportion with bubble, right? And then you had a bear market, and look at that. The bull lasted for about a year, if I'm not mistaken, right? The bull lasted in 2017, lasted for about a year, And then bear market, if you think about it, it lasted for early 2018 to the late 2000, no, to the early 2020. So yeah, so bear market was like 2 years, right? So it wasn't even exactly, and then bull market resumed. So it's not even 4 years, it was even less than that, right? Yeah, halving, bull, bear, consolidate. Well, okay, so I'm gonna say like this. I mean, it was more likely bull, and then you had bear. So I mean, what do you even consider consolidate then, right? Are you naming consolidation a bear market, or because if you can say it like that, then I mean, if you put a real guy, like should I say a trader or somebody who's watching the normal markets, and they put algorithmic charts on it, right? I mean, they wouldn't name this consolidation, right? They probably wouldn't even name this a bear market. This is just crypto, right? I mean, in real world, this is not even bear market. I mean, can you name this a bear market? I mean, are we serious right here? From starting point from Bitcoin, this is just, so this is far from bear market. You can just call this consolidation, like you said, right? Consolidation, bear market is way, way different words, right? And you can see right from here, it's nowhere near bear market from those type of perspectives to what the real people look at from real markets, right? Okay, so dot, goddamn, dot just doesn't stop, huh? Dot just, look at that, barely any consolidation. Well, in this case, consolidation, Russell, right? It just doesn't stop. Well, holy shit! I mean, if you have dot, you definitely still be rocking with it. Do not sell dot now, for sure not. Let's just wait for new high. I mean, this has pretty good chance of going to new high. And if you want to get in, well, this is your spot right here, but yeah, but it's a little bit of a yikers, this is a little bit extended, not gonna lie. But then I'm not gonna argue with logic. I know DOT is the most hype project currently. I'm sure it's the most hype network at the moment, so I'm not gonna argue with that logic that it's not worthwhile, because it probably is. So yes, if you hit this one, you can potentially take it all the way up to $50 around there. I know I had to be in the line. So yeah, if you hold it, don't sell it yet. It's not the time. It's not the time at all. Okay, BAT. So I heard some good news about BAT, right? They finally... Actually, do you remember what BAT did? I know they did something or not. I forgot. They came out with news or something, like about some DeFi or something. I mean, you can really tell, right? But what really interests me is BAT BTC, right? Because that is where I was chasing most of these trades, and you can see that BAT was just like, BAT didn't give a shit about any areas, anything. BAT just went through it like butter, right? Didn't even stop at all. So yeah, I mean, BAT definitely wasn't a good coin to trade lately. But yeah, seeing from this, I mean, from Bitcoin perspective, right? It's not that bullish yet. It would have to go over this area to the left side, and then we will react from that. So yeah, BAT BTC is not so bullish. While BAT USDT actually doesn't look that bad, right? But I'm afraid that if you want to trade today on the BAT, you missed it. This is missed. Like, I am not chasing BAT up here, that's for sure not. Especially how we react in the past, and it's already almost 70%. So yes, if you haven't filled it here, unfortunately I'm gonna say the BAT is missed. You're better off staying without it, right? So yeah, I mean, it's still good for BAT, like if you're holding it, still hold it, same as DOT, right? Don't sell it yet. This is not bearish at any pace either. So yeah, still hold it. You still have good chances of you still have good chances of continuation. From what I know, NEO is in the process of massive upgrades. Do you see its bullish continuation from here? I haven't taken profits yet. I think it can go. Okay, so yeah, so I played NEO big time, right? I played NEO big time, and unfortunately I had to leave it as well. Wait, let me just shit. Let me see, because I didn't never re-enter it. So now that you're telling me this, wait, let me actually go on other chart. Bittrex. Let me go on Bittrex actually. So what I'm seeing here is, I mean, it definitely has some chances. Definitely has its chances. Bam, let me see where I am gonna be located at. Okay, and the stop loss. Huh. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I can actually remember why I didn't re-enter it. It's not the best, you know, it's not the best yet. I would have to see some serious bullish action for me to consider going back in. And we can start by closing above $40. You know, closing above $40, and then I would go quite aggressively into it if that would be the case. If that we can do something like this. The problem is, you know, I'm gonna have to be taking again a profit at $50, which doesn't leave me enough room to play this coin big. Wait, let's just say potentially here, so 25%. But then yes, this next target is 100%, which could be pretty good. From that's called from Bittrex charts, right? The one I did on Binance could have probably a little bit different profit takes because it's not so far back. But yeah, I mean, I like, you might as well hold it now, Classic. If you haven't sold it, you might as well hold it now, right? And see if it breaks this. Because if it starts failing this, I'm not gonna be a happy camper, right? I wouldn't be a happy camper about Neo. This chart is not as good as I wanted it to be. You know, unfortunately, it's not as good as I wanted it to be. And trust me, I was all about Neo, man. I was all about Neo, you know. Like, I'm gonna say, it's not impossible for it to be still the coin, but once it went above this, you know, I was kind of looking to go above this, right? You know, I bought very aggressively here, right? Sorry, I was a little bit late. Once it went above this, I was watching this, but I bought very aggressively here, actually, somewhere around here. It's actually even higher. I don't even remember how. Because I'm thinking like Bittrex charts, so it looks a little bit different. So anyways, it doesn't matter, right? So yeah, I bought aggressively somewhere here, and you know, it did look good. It did look good. If the bull would continue without, you know, those setbacks, I'm pretty sure we would end up being high, right? Or a lot higher. Like, yes, potential ATH as well, right? But it's from the current stance, I gotta give it a little bit of benefit of a doubt, you know? Like, you might think, okay, it's not so bad on weekly, and it doesn't look that bad on weekly, but on, you know, when you go down to 4 hours, a little bit of a different story. So I would have to see this bullish reaction first, or action, so that I will enter in here, right? And I did sell it quite quickly, so I would still be entering underneath my buy price, right? But I'm not sure if I would enter it with the same risk, because essentially I'm gonna tell you here, when I was entering it here, it was much better position than it is right now. So I would not be using the same kind of risk that I did back in the past. Let me tell you, that's for sure. But yeah, Classic, if you're still in, if you haven't sold it, that is definitely not the time. Like, I'm gonna say, no, it's rarely the time to sell anything. You know, it's just moon in, and you can have pretty good continuations. Again, I'm gonna have to probably go to Bittrex chart. Yes, you remember Arnaud, the cheeky buy?
Yeah.
The cheeky. That was amazing. Again, ADA is in no condition to be sold. This still looks good. This can still very much do a high continuation. You're definitely holding. Look at that, on ADA you're still holding the previous highs, so that's good. That's good indeed. As soon as you hold this, you can have an easy continuation. As long as E doesn't fail, bam bam, you can have an easy continuation. Let me see if there's anything to write. Yeah. So you're gonna have to base off those profit takes. Actually, better than basing off profit takes, you will have to move your stop loss. Would be more beneficial to begin with. So yeah, guys, do we have any more questions about any coins? Yeah, because, you know, we kind of covered most of the things. So if you guys got any more questions, if not, I guess we will then wrapping up the stream. There's not much to talk about because everything is bullish, as you guys can see. Everything is looking good so far. So we're not actually afraid of, you know, getting troubles. So yeah, so Arnaud, what do you think? Do you want to check something, Arnaud? Wait, oh shit, I see ADA BTC, right? Oh shit, I didn't check that one. Wait, again, I'm gonna rather check Bittrex, probably better, right? Oh yeah, Bittrex one is better. Oh, look at this area, yep. Oh yeah, look at it. This is good spot. See, this is one of those spots, Classic David, that I would not mind risking a high risk. Should say the risk I was talking before again on Neo, right? This is one of those spots, and I'm looking at here. It probably got like a 12% stop loss, 14. You know, stop loss is around here. It just depends on how dangerous you want to play it. So we're talking about from 8% down to 12%. It is somewhere around here. So bam, yeah. And again, it's one of those things where you could do 2 buys, but it is a little bit different. And I'm going to tell you again why. Because look at this. We are on ADA BTC, not USDT. So here you might actually already bounce from top and you're not going to go to test all the way to the bottom. But yes, essentially speaking, if we are talking about that logic, yes, you would have another trade on here that you would have to take. So you have to split it 2 ways. But so far right now, I do think you're just going to react from top and just continue from it, right? So yeah, could you also look at ADA BTC? Oh yeah, yeah, Vasily, I was just checking ADA BTC out. Yeah, so from this one perspective, if it came down here, this is what I was looking for at Neo. If something like this would have happened, this is where this would be the spot where I would throw in, you know, that big risk, because it's a lot better. It has a really good conjunction to the left side, and it really respects the charts well. So you know, it's basically what you want to be seeing, right? And you can see that daily, if daily closes underneath this today, it's actually gonna be like, if you can get this day to close underneath and one more day to close underneath, you most likely are, you know, you have a very high confirmation that it's gonna test this, right? You have a very high confirmation in this case that it's gonna test it. So now if I go on a little bit higher time frame again, lower time frame again, 4 hourly, you can see pretty much that if you get a couple of closes underneath here, you're most likely gonna reject somewhere here and test deeper, right? What I mean, looks deeper, I'm just saying the green line or the green box. I should have put the box there, but you get the point, right? You get the point. So yeah, that would be the thing where you would be playing it. Neo 3.0 is coming, and there's a hidden bullish divergence forming on 1 day time frame. Hidden bullish divergence. Now that's interesting. I mean, what are we talking about? Hidden bullish divergence. Let me guess. Is that a MACD joke? I mean, joke. MACD indicator. Neo USDT, let me go back. People are gonna eat me alive, right? Like, I'm not saying it's bearish, guys. I'm not saying... Jeez, you know, it's a hard position you guys are putting me in it. I'm not saying it's bearish. I didn't say that at all. I just want to see more bullish action. I mean, what would you say, Arnaud, right? What would you say at this point, right? I mean,
maybe you can add the RSI. So we can check for the bullish divergence.
Yeah, but should we add relative strength index, and definitely not on 14. Give me something else. What's the other length?
21 maybe.
21. Okay, that would make more sense, right? So it is about 50. Is that what people are? I mean, this doesn't have any divergence. I'm not seeing divergence. It means exactly the same.
Maybe the divergence from here to here and then
okay.
there to there, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like, essentially, I'm not saying this is not bearish. Like, I'm pretty sure this is gonna go above $40, right? I'm pretty sure this is gonna go above $40. But I'm saying is that I would not personally not want to enter it before it does that, because if I go on low time frame and I start dissecting this side. And the problem is, okay, this side, I don't think this side is so much important because it didn't do anything important from it, right? So if I start dissecting this side, I'm going to say, yeah, you know, you're most likely, what's going to happen is you should be holding this sort of swing point and you shouldn't have lost it, right? But now if Ethereum, let's go back to Ethereum, right? If Ethereum is actually doing this, so what do you think is going to happen with Neo, right? So with Neo, what you're going to be having here, oh Jesus, Neo USDT picture. Yeah, so what you're going to be having with Neo here is most likely going to be testing all the way down here. Which again, if you look at from the left side, you haven't lost it, but you know, on the far left side, you kind of there, you know, you kind of are under this, right? And you know, you've tested all of this before. Maybe this was untested, you know, this one's the only one left untested, but it's actually not, because you just did here. There's everything, almost everything has been tested on the left side, right? So it might actually continue with bull market as well from here, which is like $35, and then it continues upwards. But you have considerably less chance of continuation than you have if you actually break above this and you go play it here, right? I think it's just periodically, I think you gotta have a higher chance of continuation all the way up here. And look at this, right? You're falling down. So you're almost looking at this right now. So yeah, 3.0 Neo and all of the upgrades, yes, may be coming, but this still can pull back. You know, do not underestimate it. But yes, again, I'm not good with news when it comes to crypto. You know, I'm not good with news at all. So you know, maybe you guys are right, and FA is indeed going to play out, right? But maybe not. Fuck RC and McAndee. Well, I mean, not fuck, right? I mean, there's still good indicators. Oh, wait, so actually, oh yeah, so Ethereum is dropping, guys. You're right. So Ethereum is dropping as well. I mean, we could be potentially seeing Ethereum, like we said, a fill spot right here. Can be happening, boys. Can be happening, right? Let me see Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin is already on the way there. So I'm pretty sure Ethereum is going to hit it as well then, if Bitcoin is already down here. Yep, Bitcoin and Ethereum both are going to be there. So I'm going to be guessing that Neo is going to go deep as well. You know, that's the best guess I can give you at this point. And everything else was tested. Yeah, so I'm not saying it's bearish, but right now it's not exactly the most bullish thing either that you can currently find on the markets, right? And I think you agree, right, Arnaud? I think you see the results for yourself. Yep. Okay, so do we got any more questions? Any more questions? So 21. Not sure what 21 stands for, Glava, but yes. Oh yeah, 21 Glava said 21 for RSI. And then he said, fuck RSI and McAndee. Mac and cheese, right? Yeah, so if you guys gonna use the indicators, number one thing is never use the basic settings, right? So I'm gonna tell you that one is from that advice is free from me from me. Do not never use basic settings like 14. It's not gonna work, trust me. I mean, this is what 90% of people that use RSI use. It's just not gonna work. The majority uses it, it's not gonna work, you know. So just use everything else but 14. Everything else is good, right? And again, like I said, if you're gonna use indicators, definitely people are out there making money, right? Let's not be wrong about that, but you need to have a decent set of rules in order to make money from indicators. You know, you can't just be mindlessly buying them. Okay, Sol USDT. Oh, I remember you, Glava, asking me about that. Again, I just on the start of this stream I gave you so many other coins, Glava. Why you're still on Solana? I know you don't own Solana, but you still, for some reason, you still want to FOMO into it on this such chart, right? I mean, I gave you like 3-4 coins that you can play, Glava, you know, on the start of the stream, right? I got a list here, I think. Link, Bitcoin Cash, and YFI. All of those coins can be played. And even Reef, because we got Russell here that played Reef absolutely perfectly. I know you're in love with Solana, but I know you're also not holding Solana, so I don't know why you still want to enter this one so badly. And if you did want to enter, I mean, I guess this was the spot, but it's getting a little bit dangerous, and the rewards, well, okay, never mind, rewards are still good. It's still 40%. So yeah. So Satoshi, for City Max and Arnold, hey Satoshi, welcome to the stream. I am named, so I don't know if you took a look at these, but I have some gems. Well, Satoshi, hit me, man. I don't have a lot of questions today, so hit me. Give it to me, Satoshi. As that music would say, give it to me, baby. I need more good charts. More is always better. Is it smarter? I don't know, but it's better. Apparently it's better. Same as having more horsepowers in a car. More horsepowers is always better, but then it's also easier to crash, right? What the hell is Lua? What? Lua token? Oh boy. Why is this so faked? It's just this, like, I take one glance at it and I'm like, yep, this is fake. What the hell is this, Satoshi? Lua. Wait, did we look at this coin last time? I'm just being stupid right now. Do you remember? Did I have like a short-term memory frame?
Someone asked for that in the channel, but not on the stream. I don't think so. But yeah.
So we are talking about Lua token. Why is it familiar? Like somebody asked that in the last stream, maybe? FTS Lua, brother of Leo. Well, Leo is shit, I can tell you that much. But this looks bad. This looks fake as shit. I mean, you can't tell me this is organic volume. So it's like a job of a very experienced, you know, quote unquote, very experienced. Too bad I don't have a camera on. You can see me how I'm doing it. Very experienced market maker. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna be holding this, right? I mean, if you don't hold this, you're gonna go all the way down, man. You're gonna. I played Lua nicely, but I don't think I'm gonna do it again. I don't even know how you found this, Vasily. How do you even find this shit going? Look at this, man. This looks terrible. How do you guys even find this shit, man? But like I'm gonna say, if you don't hold this, man, you're gonna test all of it. Look at this. This is 60% drop happening still in effect. This is still a... Ah, it was discussed in the chat. That's why it's familiar. Okay, got it. So I mean, if it comes all the way down here, I would be open to play it. I'm not gonna lie with you. I would be open to play there. But right now, as it looks like, you know, it's not that good. Not that good at all. I wouldn't be going for that one. Like I've showed a lot better coins. Opium and LDO, but these are Unigems. Opium, okay. I love me some Unigems, man. I love me some Unigems. Let's see what you got for me. Opium. Let's see, opium. This is far from a gem. This is far from a gem, my dude. God damn it, it's too late, man. Shit, too late. Yeah, that was a good buy. Yeah. I know that was a good buy, but also I know that you would never in the world would be able to come in here. Oh, maybe in this one. But yeah, here, it's just a wick. There's no way you would buy this at uni, right? I mean, right now, I'm gonna have to go in even lower time frame, like a 5 minutes or something, to actually see what the... Oh my gosh, this is bad. Why is this so... Oh boy, this is... I don't know, man. We have a different definition of gems, apparently. Because this is not traded a lot. This doesn't have a lot of volume. But let's see. So yes, something like this. If it chooses to hold something like this, you could be going in. But this is high risk. Like I mean, I would either be buying this or I'm out of here. Honestly, to be you. But I guess if you hold in this, yeah, then you can go and continue. But again, you know, you're gonna be watching chart a lot because even if it goes switch back to 4 hours, your point of target is not that high, right? I mean, what is this, like $2? I mean, if you wanna, like even less, because it's so, you know, it's so such a sideways. Man, this one does not look good at all, to be honest, Satoshi with you. LDO, hopefully LDO is better. Yeah. Okay, this is what I prefer. Right? So you missed this buy, which is totally okay. Bam, you know, you smash it right here on the pullback of Ethereum. Bam, look at that. You smash it right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is a gem, man. This is a much better gem to what you just showed me before. And then you got, look at that, first profit take. Look at that, 60% of the first profit take, man. This is beast. Okay, I'm seeing there's a lot of, could be resistance here as well. So maybe, you know, I'm going to say 40 to 60%, right? 40 to 60%. But look at the last profit take all the way to up here, right? 133%. Now, this is a gem. This is what I'm talking about, man. You know, this is a lot better to opium. Like if you're looking at opium, I wouldn't even bother with that shit. I mean, unless you know they got some news, because that thing seems to be dead. Wait, let me opium. What, they have 50 mil market cap and such a low... Oh yeah, it's less than 1 million. I get it. How much is it? Oh yeah, 400k, 500k. Yeah, no, I understand. 400k. I understand why the chart is so shitty. MX, oh yeah, MX exchange. Wow, look at that. Yeah, 100 grand. What? There's no way they have more volume on L Bank than they have on MXC. This is fake. 100. Okay, so 100 grand is fake for sure. This is probably real. This is questionable, but maybe real. Okay, so 100 grand is definitely fake here. And this one can't be fake. So yeah, at least they got like 600 grand. And you said LTO. Oh, you can see much higher volume. 1.3, 1.4, nice. And no exchange, yes, yeah. Maybe fake, not sure. But from what I'm seeing from SushiSwap and Uniswap, that's definitely real, so yeah. So not bad. Okay, weekly, okay, yeah, let me check that, yeah. Let me check that. Last time we checked, it looked horrible, but it's somehow, yep, a continuation, clean continuation. I cannot believe it, man. I can't believe. Oh shit, never mind. Oh, it's only. Oh yeah. I cannot believe it, man. It actually did continue. Not gonna lie, I'm. Like, I have no idea why this is not spoken more about. Like, I have no idea why this is not. Like, I've barely ever seen anything about this, and I have no idea. It's just mooning. Like, this is absolutely crazy what this thing did, man. We're talking about 30,000%. Holy fucking shit. And I shouldn't be cursing. But look at this. Look at how weird this is. Maybe this is why we haven't talked about it. Like, look at how weird this is, right? So we barely had any, even during now on the pullback areas, you just you just held the previous stops. You just did it, right? And again back here, you've held the previous stops again, right? And right down here again, you held the previous stops again, right? It's just crazy to me, right? It's just crazy. Here it was so bullish. I even tested the previous. Wait, did you test the previous stop? You had this candle. Oh yeah, actually you did test it. Sorry, my bad. You tested with this one, yeah. So I'm actually surprised, man. I'm seeing this. You know, it's absolutely amazing what this coin is holding, what this coin is actually doing, right? And it doesn't look bearish at all. Still, it's not bearish. I mean, the price action is hecka weird. I mean, it looks fake AF, right? But it's just not bearish. And it's just got more ways to go. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's gonna go all-time high. And you went above this. So you're doing good. I can't believe it. A coin like this ended up 30,000% up, and I haven't heard a thing about it, right? BUX. Wait, what is the name? BQX. Wait, what? It's not even on CoinGecko. This is shocking, man. This is for sure shocking. Are any of your European crypto exchanges publicly traded there? Nope, I don't think so. But I'm just gonna tell you, it's like this thing is literally not even listed in CoinGecko, and it's insane, man. Jesus, it's just insane, bro. GR. Oh yeah, we did digital, right? Sorry, yeah, digital. 0 pullbacks. Look at that. Wow. Like, I don't know, like I said, told you the last thing, like I don't know what to do with chart like this. This is 0 pullbacks. It's just mooning, straight up mooning. This is too bullish for me, honestly speaking, man. This is too bullish for me. I'm just speechless how this is mooning. I'm speechless, right? And I don't even understand reasoning for it, why, but this literally went 12,000%. Holy fuck. And the crypto version went 30,000%, and nobody's talking about this. Like, why is everybody talking about Doge when you got this shit going on, right? I don't understand this at all. I guess, Robert G, you're gonna be rich, man. You're gonna be rich from holding these 2 coins, or I hope you are. Well, I know I get it's Voyager, but I'm telling you, it's just mooning incredibly much without any talks. Like, you're not seeing it in chats, you're not seeing it on CoinGecko. It's not even listed on CoinGecko. It's just mooning straight up, right? So I don't know why people are shitting Doge or stuff like that when you have a gem like this, which just seems to be performing so well in the markets. You know, a lot of people probably don't even know this, including me. Before Robert G told me about it, I didn't know this, right? There's this bug, BOX, is so good. Well, yes, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that now. But like I'm saying, right, it's not really. So yeah, Ethereum dropping under, guys, like we expected. Yep, Ethereum dropped under. Let's go. Ethereum is going deep indeed. Okay, so we got the last one, socks. Yes, I do wear socks at the moment because it's cold. Oh yes, a bit. Yeah, I probably clicked the wrong one, didn't I? Wow, amazing. Yep, same thing, bullish. But you missed the buy. You missed the buy, man. You missed the pullback. Which again, it's Uniswap. You would never hit this pullback. Yeah, and what can I tell you right now? Buy right now? No thanks. You know, I'm not gonna give you I'm not gonna give you such dangerous advice. Well, yeah, Robert, I get it. Fastest growing exchange in USA, but I guess it's just not talked about in Europe. It's just not recognizable in Europe, and it's actually sad because because the guys who launched this whole thing back in, that was like 2017 or even 2018, because I actually participated. But I don't know, is this the same thing? Was this ICO, or am I wrong? Is this the same thing? So they never had an ICO, right? Because I remember a token with exactly the same name. I was participating in this token. I actually even know the owners of it, but I'm not sure if this is if this is the same thing that I'm thinking right now, or it's like a totally different thing, right? Yeah, Satoshi, I did say 1 inch. I actually tested it out. It doesn't work as great as you might imagine. I tried, man. It doesn't work as great as you might imagine. Well, I don't know. Like, there was, back in the day, there was a coin with the exact same name. So I don't know if they rebranded, or is this the same thing, or it's not the same thing. But I actually know the owner that had ICO of this token, because I actually spoke with him in the past. So I don't know if this is that guy or it's not the guy, or whatever happened here. I have no idea if that token is already dead. But they were also listed on Binance, so that's why I'm asking, right? So this is the same thing, right? But yes, 1 inch. I've tried it out, Max. Satoshi, I've tried it out, man, and it doesn't work. Doesn't work as well as you might think, because even though you had an order here and it went through, if it's not a proper close underneath it, it wouldn't work. I mean, it doesn't work. And even if it does trigger, it sometimes just fills you in for like 5% of your trade. I'm like, what? Why does it not fill me for full entry? What does that make sense, right? Bit sequence. Okay, so yeah, I guess, guys, it's almost 1 hour. We're gonna be wrapping it here. I think it's a good time to wrap. We all know what's gonna happen with Ethereum. We all know, right, what we need to do, and let's hope this bull continues, or at least that we get 1.8k from this point onwards, right? So we gotta be taking some trades, guys. And yeah, I guess we will see each other next time, right, Arnaud? Again, it's gonna be like on the 9th.
Yep.
Same time, same everything, and we're gonna keep
Same
uploading
time,
the
yeah.
videos right up. So yes, guys, thank you for joining us in. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.
Take care of you guys. See you. Bye.